Welcome to Let's Make a Scarf. So today I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do to make the scarf, and it's for beginners, so you don't have to have ever knitted anything before, and I feel confident that you will be able to make this scarf. So the first thing that you will need is number 9 length and number 9 bamboo needles. The second thing you're going to need is yarn. So I have the Knitting Enthusiast yarn. I like it very much because it's acrylic, so it's washable. It's not wool. It's very, very soft, and I think you'll like it. So you need 2 of them in order to make the scarf. The scarf that I'm going to make is going to be approximately 35 stitches wide, which is about 9.5 inches, and then 50 inches long, which is going to take about 2 skeins of yarn. So I'm going to use these needles. They are bamboo number 9 needles, and they are perfect for this job. First, we have to cast on stitches. I did give you a cast on video, but if you missed that video, here we go. You put the yarn, the end, around your thumb and then around your forefinger, and all you're going to do is go around, over, and through. And there you go. So that's how you cast on. If you'd like to practice that, of course do that. There's a video on casting on, and you can do it as many times as you need to in order to get it to work. So I have already started our scarf. I knitted 1 skein of the scarf, and as you can see, it's about 25.5 inches long. And all I did was knit. So there is a demo on how to do the knit stitch, but I'm going to show you again so that you will remember. So here are our 2 stitches. This is what I do. I put it around my pinky, roll it, and here we go. So you just take your yarn, you go through, around, and over, and that's it. Through, around, and over. So I'm going to complete this. See, through, around, and over, through, around, and over. Now I'm going to take these out, and I'll show you why I'm taking them out. This is how you would take out a stitch if for some reason you didn't pull enough yarn. You just take it out like that. And the reason, I'll show you why I'm taking it out. The reason I'm taking it out is that I'm at the end of my yarn. I have to start a new skein. So in order to start a new skein, you start at the beginning of a row. So let me get my next skein of yarn. Here we go. Here's my next skein of yarn, and notice I am pulling from the middle. Always pull from the middle. So here's my new skein of yarn. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take the end, match it with the other end, and do what I normally do. And I'm going to use a double to do the first stitch. It's not so easy, but we're going to do it. So what we're going to do is go through and take both of them and go over like that. Okay, so now we have our first one done, and we can continue to knit. So let me grab my new one. Here's my new one, and away we go. Okay, so we knit, and we're going to knit the entire row. And remember, I've got 35 stitches here. Now I just want to show you When you're doing this, I'm going to put this closer to show you. Okay. Now, when you are doing this, make sure you take the entire piece of yarn. If you don't, I'm going to purposely not do it just to show you. I'll show you what happens. See, it looks like that. You don't want that. You want to make sure that you knit the entire piece. Okay? We are knitting the entire piece. So I am going to finish this row and show you the rest. And every once in a while, pull more yarn, move it up. Now, notice I'm using this finger to hold this. And I go in like that, around like that, and I hold it. And there you go. That way you don't lose anything. Okay? So I am going to quickly knit the rest of this and come back. Okay, I finished the entire row. Now, all you have to do is turn it around and you start again, and you just start knitting. So, be careful with the very first one. Remember that we pulled two, so you got to bring two with you. So the first stitch is going to be both of those, okay? Okay, so I have made my scarf as long as I would like it to be. So now I'm going to show you how to cast off. So you grab your thread and you do your first knit stitch, then you do another knit stitch, and then you grab the first one, hold the second one with your finger, and you take the first one over the second one, and you have cast off a stitch. And let's do that again. You're going to knit, and then we're going to grab that first stitch, pull it over the second stitch, and you have bound off. So let's continue to do that until we have bound off all 35 of our stitches, and I will tell you what we will do next. And as you are binding off, I will show you. See, you have a beautiful bound off edge. So let's continue to do that until we have bound off all of the stitches. And I am going to fast forward this so you don't have to watch me do every single one. And I'll be back to you in a minute when they are all off. Sometimes you have to be very careful that you get it correct and you don't have any loose pieces of yarn hanging around, because that's not pretty. See, I almost had a loose piece there. See, I didn't pull it correctly. You can tell because it'll be a little tight. So if it feels a little tight, you know that you have not pulled correctly. Almost there. It's very important that you use your finger to hold back that second one. See this finger? I'm holding the stitch so it doesn't go off the needle with the first one. That could be a problem if that happens. Two more to go. Okay, I'm going to do my last stitch and then I'll show you what to do, what I do. Okay, this is my last bind off. All right, so we're done with that. Now, what I do is I cut my yarn, and then I make just a little knot, just to make sure that it doesn't unravel. And you're done. Now, the next thing you have to do is this little piece has to get hidden. So I get my tapestry needle and we thread it. And all you're going to do is you're going to take it and go back through, hiding your thread. Do that a few times. Just hide it. And then just cut it and you are done. Pull it out, pull that out, and you just snip it and you're done. And here's our scarf. And we will be very warm this winter with our scarf. I am actually going to take my scarf, double it, and then cross it over. And there's my scarf.